Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Ozzy here. Welcome to the More Than a Pretty Face podcast. Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Ozzy. I am back for another episode of More Than a Pretty Face with Lacie. Hey, Lacie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. You look a little more perky.
Yeah.
Did you just sneak around and do a few shots of espresso?
I
What's going on with you?
really wish I could have.
Your eyes are bigger. They're like opened up a little more.
I might just be really excited about today's podcast.
Yes, that's what we want to hear.
How are you?
I'm good. Kids are back in school, so things are a little quieter, during the day. And
is this your beauty?
yeah, well, in a way, time is going by so fast. Like I can't believe it's September.
I can't even.
Like, wait, where did August go in July? Where did they go? Like I remember June. But July and August are a blur.
Oh, yeah. September means I'm even closer to having a 2-year-old.
I know.
When did that happen?
I know.
Yeah, I can't.
I think once it's like back to school, you're like, okay, I associate that with fall. Don't you?
Yes. Which brings us to today's episode.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
I really want to talk about fall skincare and transitioning.
Skincare. That's a good topic. We could do that. But first, do you have a beauty and blemish?
Oh, we can't skip that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost skipped that. My beauty is back to school. I'm going to go tour a preschool, like a preschool for my daughter.
Oh, so fun.
This is insane.
She's going to love it.
She's going to love it.
She's so social.
She is.
And she's just going to love being around other kids and having like a routine. Just get ready for her to be sick every other week. She will constantly have a running nose.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to her experiencing this. And she loves kids so much. And
she does.
People.
She's very social.
Yeah.
But it's good for them. They built their immune system. They built their social skills. It's a lot of positives.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about that. My blemish would be I don't have any coffee or espresso right now, and I could really use one.
That is true. I could always use a coffee.
Not you.
Well, just in the morning.
Maybe
but once I get going, it's good. Yeah.
How about you? What's your beauty and blemish?
What is my beauty? I guess my beauty is the kids are back in school. My blemish is, just going through some transitions in the business side of the office and, all the entities that I've managed to get myself involved with. And, transitions are always hard, kind of like our software that didn't turn out to be so great.
Don't get me started.
We are going back to. So I feel like it's been kind of the past few weeks of a lot of transitions, like getting back to school and transitions at work. So that would be, I guess, my blemish. But, that's where growth comes from, is these changes. You almost have to make mistakes. You have to fall and fail and reflect back on those mistakes and grow from that.
Yeah.
I've always been a big believer of that. I'm not perfect. I always look for people to tell me, what I'm doing wrong. Because I know all the things I'm doing right. I need to be told, you are doing this wrong. And so then I can be like, okay, I can change that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways.
I agree.
So should we get started?
Yeah. Before we do, you guys don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to our channel, our podcast, and YouTube. And DM us on Instagram at More Than a Pretty Face Podcast with all of your questions. We love hearing from you. So, how are we transitioning? How are we going to transition into fall skincare?
I love putting a numeric to that. Let's do top 10 tips.
Okay.
What does that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay, let's do that. What happens in the fall is the weather gets drier. It gets cooler. Although in San Diego, it gets drier and warmer. So we're a little different. Usually September, October, still pretty hot here. But most of the time, the weather really gets less humid. So there's less moisture in the air. What happens is it causes your skin to lose more water and causes these little cracks and breaks in the skin, which makes your skin more prone to insult and injury and disruptions of your skin barrier, which is the key to keeping your skin healthy and strong. And so you have to be careful with transitions of any sort of season or weather, is because that can really disrupt your skin barrier. So as it's getting drier, you need to switch from a lighter moisturizer or serums to heavier creams.
Yes.
And things that are, more occlusive and have a, just greater weight on the skin to protect that outer skin layer and prevent the water loss.
As you are saying this, all I can think about are my hands.
Yes.
I feel it the most in my hands every winter, but as I'm getting older, I can't wash my hands and not moisturize them right after.
Yeah,
that's
the
how
best
dry
thing to
they
do.
get.
Well, especially for us, because we work in healthcare and we're
Yeah, true.
constantly using alcohol hand sanitizers. We're using, washing our hands very frequently throughout the day. And that wet to dry cycle can really take a toll on your hands.
It does.
But we'll get to hands.
Yeah.
But the key is to switch to a heavier moisturizer. And the ingredients you want to look for are things like ceramides, because they help strengthen the building blocks that keep the skin cells glued together and keep them strong and protected. And then glycerin, which is a humectant, but it also helps with nourishing the skin. And so those are some ingredients to look for, as well as niacinamide, which helps calm inflammation.
Love.
Things like there's yeast complexes that help with reducing inflammation, because a lot of times that loss of water can quickly go and lead to inflammation, and you don't want to get to that level, because then you're talking about flare-ups of skin conditions like eczema and so forth. So look for nourishing ingredients like fatty lipids, squalane. Those are things to look for in a moisturizer.
I really, really love Restore,
Yes.
especially in the fall time.
I do love that too. And that's because it has the niacinamide, which is brightening, but it also helps calm inflammation and irritation. But it also has the ceramides that are so important to help with hydrating the skin and nourishing the skin. But there's some really great products out there. There is, the creme de la mer, which I know
So
I might
fancy.
not. I do really love that moisturizer too. It's very rich and heavy. If you're looking for sort of a drugstore brand, La Roche-Posay has their Toleraine with niacinamide and ceramides. CeraVe is the classic sort of ceramides moisturizer. First Aid Beauty is another great one. And then Biossance is an entire line dedicated to it has a lot of products with squalane, which is a natural lipid that is very similar to squalene in our skin, in our oil glands, and our sebum. And then fatty acids, shea butter, those are other sort of nourishing ingredients to look for. So that's, key. So number one. Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ozzy here. Happy September. Fall is almost here, and so is the time to transition your skincare routine from summer to fall. For our podcast listeners only, we're offering 20% off our best-selling moisturizers, Intense Recovery Complex and Restore. Get your moisturizer in time for the upcoming season with our limited time promo. Take 20% off at checkout on AziMDSkincare.com with code September20. I love to see your skin transformation, so tag me in your stories and post on Instagram at Skin by Dr. Ozzy and show me your skin transformations with AziMD Skincare. And then
Number two
would be reduce your exfoliation, because in the summer, I encourage people to exfoliate more. So if you're exfoliating 3 to 4 times a week, cut it down to once or twice a week, at least until your skin adapts to the new climate, and then you can rev it up again.
Now, when you say that, are you referring to additional exfoliation when somebody's already on a retinol or a retin-A?
So that's a really good question. Retinols are actually not exfoliators. Retinols are more like antioxidants. They renew skin cells, but they don't truly exfoliate.
Okay.
Meaning exfoliation is when you take the dead skin that's on the outer skin layer and you dissolve the cells that are linked together and remove the dead cells from the surface of the skin. That enhances collagen production, cellular renewal, and it allows for your skincare products to penetrate better because they don't have that dead layer. It also brightens the skin because you don't have that dead layer on the outside. So exfoliation is truly different than retinol. But exfoliators for the winter, like lactic acid is great. If you're acne prone and you don't have sensitive skin, you can continue with your salicylic acid or your glycolic acid. But if you have sensitive skin, mandelic acid is a great exfoliator. But lactic acid is really great for dry skin.
So if somebody is using Lift and Renew and it has the bacochiol in it, is it considered then exfoliating because
bacochiol is also
together?
not a exfoliant. So they help renew your skin cells and they do improve skin texture, but not through exfoliation.
Got it. So
exfoliation truly is you are dissolving dead skin on the outside. Now, some people love the scrubs, the manual physical exfoliation, and that's because that gives you, quick results. But I personally don't like them, especially in the fall. I don't like scrubs because I feel like they cause little micro tears in the skin. The scrubbing, the friction on the skin also flares up conditions like rosacea and acne. And if you're prone to broken capillaries, it can cause those broken capillaries. So I'm not a huge fan of scrubs personally, but some people love them. Use them on your feet. I think they're great for the feet.
I'm thinking of the St. Ives body scrub memes.
And TikTok just ruined St. Ives. I mean, they ruined that company.
It really did.
Nobody's using it anymore. So number 3 would be to add a body lotion.
Yes.
You've been able to get away with it, maybe throughout the summer. The weather's humid. Nobody wants to feel sticky. But in the winter, body lotion is key. And I tell people as soon as you get out of the shower, grab one of those like pump moisturizers. And honestly, it doesn't matter. You could just use any cream and pump it on your hands and apply it to damp skin.
Yes.
That's the best time. Once you put your towel down, you should pick up the moisturizer. If you wait 5-10 minutes after, it's not going to be as good.
Yeah. I do that. I love it.
So number 4, so you can change the way you're applying your active skincare. Because before, maybe you were washing your face and applying the retinol right after. But in drier climates, you might want to moisturize and wait and do what's called like a sandwich method. Have you heard of the sandwich method?
Of course.
And that's when, you apply the moisturizer, then the active, and then moisturize again.
Yeah.
So you're basically sandwiching your active in between the moisturizers. And that really helps cut down on irritation and dry skin.
Especially if you're already dry and irritated. Right. Yep.
So number 5, close the bathroom door. And it's a simple thing to do.
Just for like humidity or?
Yeah. So like we shower, right? And when you shower, close the bathroom door because then you trap in all the steam and all the moisture. And so that could be a great, easy thing to incorporate. And it just keeps more moisture around your skin, especially when you're not dressed.
Yeah. Especially just breathing it all in. Feels so good. It feels like you're opening your pores and just I try to do that, but Remy likes to open the doors and the shower and everything.
So it might be hard if you have a toddler.
Yes. What's next?
Okay, so don't forget your lips, your hands, and your feet, and your knees, and your elbows. Those are kind of prone to dryness, especially the lips.
The lips.
Yeah, especially in the fall because they feel dry, right? So you lick them and then that actually dries them out more.
Makes it worse.
And there is a condition called lip lickers dermatitis. And that's from over licking the lips. It causes the skin to break down and then it causes redness and irritation. And that's actually a lot of times why people get hyperpigmentation around their mouth. We get a lot of inquiries about darkness around the lips. And one of the main causes is just irritation.
Yep.
So be sure that you use a kind of a occlusive lip balm, something like Aquaphor. Aquaphor has one that has SPF 30 in it. If you want a little plumper lip, you can do the Lip Plump. That's a great one. It also has SPF in it. And Vaseline makes some really great ones.
Yes.
So I don't not like the ones that have like the cherry flavor, like the chapstick cherry. I think you're better off just using plain Vaseline.
Yeah.
Rather than the dyes and the fragrance.
I always heard that the ones with the scents always cause more irritation in the long run.
Yeah, because especially if the lip is already irritated, you're just adding salt to the wound.
Yes.
And the lip mucosa is so thin that it's just going to react a lot, more readily for
I've
sure.
always contributed the dry lips in the fall to all the sun exposure in the summer, and how I'm sure I'm not alone, women here, young girls, lip gloss in the summertime, right? Because we want to be cute, we want to be out glossing our lips 24/7, and that just sun damage.
Yeah, that can definitely enhance the absorption of sun, although, days are shorter in the fall, so it's not as much of an issue. But regardless, I think any type of gloss, if you're outdoors, it's always better to go on with an SPF.
Yes.
So 7, apply your lotions and your creams to damp skin. A lot of people don't realize that hydration becomes so much more effective when you are applying it to damp skin. It just seals in the hydration and locks in the moisture, and that's particularly important for the fall.
Yes.
Yeah. And then 8, slug it. You can slug around your eyes and your face. For those of you who may not know what slugging means, is when you clean your skin. So you want to make sure you have everything off, all your makeup, all your sunscreen, everything off on clean skin. You apply a thick coat of like Vaseline or Aquaphor, something heavy that keeps the water in your skin. It doesn't allow the loss of water through the skin. And overnight, you'll wake up with plumper, more hydrated skin. This is a great hack in the fall. I love it for around the eyes and on the face. Now, if you have acne, you might want to skip.
Yeah.
Not a great one for you.
No, I love doing my lips.
Yeah. Lips are great.
Yes.
And also your cuticles. I do it on my cuticles. I put Aquaphor on my nightstand, and the last thing I do is use that around my nails and my cuticles, my lips, and around my eyes.
Yeah, you recommended that to me at one of our episodes, and I forgot to tell you I did it and loved it.
Yeah, it's a great little hack.
Yes.
So, and then 9, don't skip your sunscreen. Everybody thinks, okay, it's winter. You're like, my daughter's like checks the UV index on a daily basis. Like, oh, let's see what the UV index is. Well, it's not as high. I'm like, UV index, like, where is there even a source for that?
Your daughter.
She's very savvy, this next generation. But so even, with a lower UV index, shorter days, you still need sunscreen because you do get reflections, especially if like it snows or UVA rays, the aging rays are out all day. You still get UVB rays. It may be a shorter period of time, but you still get it.
Yep.
So don't skip on the sunscreen. And then 10, switch to a cream-based cleanser or gentle cleanser. Because in the summer, I usually tell people switch to like lighter cleansers, like gel cleansers. But in the fall, winter, you might want to use like a creamy-based cleanser that's more nourishing. And same for your makeup removers. Like I love micellar water in the summer when it's hot and humid, but in the winter, I like the makeup balms, makeup removing balms. Those are great.
Yeah. I guess I never thought of the cleansers and like gels versus creamy and how beneficial that would be.
So, I mean, this is just a generalization, right? Because some people just have really oily skin and maybe, gel-based cleansers or foaming cleansers are still great for them. But if you do tend to have drier skin types, particularly in the fall, switching to a creamy-based cleanser is definitely more conducive to the climate that we experience.
Yes.
I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, this was a great episode.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Share this podcast with a friend who is also a skincare enthusiast. And if you're on Instagram and you're watching or listening to this podcast, take a screenshot, share it to your stories. Be sure to tag me at Skin by Dr. Ozzy so I can see.
Bye,
All right,
guys.
guys. Thanks, guys.